Hi everybody, it's Lori Denning here. Tonight we're going to do Prime of Life Yoga. So welcome and let's get moving. So I invite you to come onto your mat. We're not going to need any props today, maybe a block if you'd like, or a pillow, something to put between your thighs to squeeze, but that's an option. So join me on the mat. Let's find our Tadasana. So stand with your feet about hip width apart, right where your hip bones are. If you draw a straight line down, that's where the center of the foot should be. So I want you to think about lifting your toes and spreading them wide, and then placing the foot back down on the floor. So that creates a wider base of support for us. So I want you to think about your pelvis right now. I want you to have your pelvis level. So imagine you had a cup of water here. It wouldn't be tipped forward, having the water spill out. It wouldn't be tucked under, having the water pour back. Be nice and level. Have your knees soft, so not locked back like this. Just a little bit of a bend in them. So you have your knees softly bent, your pelvis is level. I want you to bring your arms by your side and bring your shoulders up, back, and down, and then bring your palms face forward. Now think about your ear being over your shoulder. So imagine a big hand in front of your face pushing your head back, but the chin is not up. It's parallel with the floor. So once again, lift your toes, spread them wide, and feel like you have roots reaching down into the earth. Now we're going to do a breath exercise, a pranayama, for this attunement phase of class, and it's called Durga Pranayama, or 3-chamber breath. So before we start that, just a little bit of an explanation of what Prime of Life Yoga is. This is a specialty course that I'm credentialed in from Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. Its founder is my mentor, Dr. Larry Payne, PhD, and he's also the founder of the yoga therapy program at Loyola Mount University. So this is his creation. It's a adapted yoga class for people 40 years and up. It's a good class for beginners too, because I'm going to go through a lot of alignment principles with you. So let's start here. So I'd like you can keep your eyes open for a few breaths. So when we inhale, I want you to think about inhaling and having the crown of the head lifting up. And as you exhale, gently pull your navel to your spine. Let's try that again. Inhale, lifting the crown. And exhale, shoulders heavy and tummy in. Good. Now, I teach from a lineage, from the Krishnamacharya lineage in India. And the Krishnamacharya, his first U.S. student, Krishnamacharya noticed that his posture was very kyphotic, or forward rounding of the thoracic mid-back. So what he developed is this type of breath work that we're going to breathe into our chest first to open it up. So what I'd like you to do is inhale into the belly first, widen it to the ribs, and then bring it all the way up to the chest. And then as you exhale, feel the chest deflate, the ribs deflate, and then finally the belly goes in. So the inhalation, belly, ribs, and chest, and then exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. And if that's too complicated, just start with a breath in the belly and then bring it up higher into the heart area. So this gives our body full oxygenation, and it starts to stretch us from the inside out. Couple more. Inhaling belly, bringing it all the way up to the chest, and then reversing that on the exhale. And one more, and then we're going to change it up. Feel the effects of the breath on the body. Now, I want you to breathe into the chest first. So as you inhale, breathe into the chest, and then the belly, And then as you exhale, feel the chest and then the belly deflate. So inhaling into the chest, notice the back. You're feeling your chest and the mid-back arching a little. And then the exhale, soften everything down. So we're starting to move our thoracic spine with the breath. As you inhale, you feel that heart come forward a little. And then the exhale, everything softens. Couple more. You can close your eyes if your balance allows. As soon as we close our eyes, it throws our balance off a little bit because your vision is part of your proprioception and the balance system. So you have to choose that on your own. You want to be safe. And one more breath. Good. Shake your legs out a little bit, lifting the heels and just shaking them out. Shake your arms, circle your wrists. And let's inhale, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears. Squish it hard, and then let them fall. The inhale, lifting, compressing, contracting the upper traps, and then letting them fall. And one more time, inhaling, bringing the shoulders towards the ears. And then that exhale, letting them fall. All right, good job, guys. We're going to do a rejuvenation sequence to start. So finding your Tadasana on your mat. Now, you can, if your balance a little bit off, you can use a block between your thighs. It kind of helps to squeeze that, but try to do it without. Try it once or twice without. So let's bring our arms, as we inhale, let's bring them up. Hold your navel in. As you exhale, let's swan dive down, hinging at the hips. Bend your knees a lot. Then bring your arms to a T and squeeze your shoulder blades. Then fall forward again. Then inhaling all the way up to where the shoulders are comfortable. Then as you exhaling, sit back to your chair pose, Utkatasana. Then pressing through the heels and then hands to your side. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do it sideways. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive, hinging at the hips. Come down. Now I want you to bend your knees. Arms to a T. Squeeze shoulder blades. Then fall forward. And then circling all the way up. Now sitting back to your chair. Tailbone heavy. Knees don't go over the toes. And then pressing up. And then hands to your heart. Speed it up a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale. Now the hands come forward. Bend the knees. Arms to that T and squeeze. And fall forward. Circling all the way up. Sitting back to chair. Lift your toes. Get into the heels. Pressing through the heels. And then hands to your heart. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, bend the knees, come forward, let the head hang, arms to that T, squeeze. So don't let your arms come way back here. Try to keep them right out from your shoulders, and then fall forward, and then all the way up, sitting back to your chair, and pressing up, and then hands to your heart. Now we're going to challenge ourselves. We're going to try to do this on tiptoes. So before we do that, let's warm up our calves. So you can have your hands on your hips, you can have your hands in namaste, but lift up onto your toes, lift your heels, and then bring your heels down. So lift up, hold the belly in to support the back, and come down. So when you come up, don't sickle out to the pinky toe side or let the knees knock together. Think about pressing into the front, right in the middle of the ball of the foot, and down. And one more time, lift up. Let's hold. So this is where a block might be useful, to put it between your thighs. It gives you something to push into, strengthening our ankles, and then come down. So now we're going to do what we just did, the rejuvenation sequence, but we're going to try to do it on our toes. So try it once. After the first round, if it didn't feel right to you, come back to flat feet. It's all fine. So let's try it. So let's hold our belly in. Let's come up into our toes. And now we're going to inhale, bring our arms up. The exhale, come down. Keep up on the toes if you can. And then hands to the T, squeeze. And then come forward. Now this is the hardest one. Come all the way up and then down to your chair. And then press, and then hands to your heart. Now, if when you were in your chair, if your knees were knocking together, I suggest putting a pillow or a yoga block between your thighs. That'll keep everything aligned. Let's try it again. So belly, let's pull our navel in and zip it up like you're zipping up pants. Imagine your hip bones are squishing together like a drawstring, tightening. So that contracts our core, our rectus abdominis, and the transverse abdominis. So zip up, drawstring. Lift up onto the toes. Keep all that tight. Squeeze your bottom too. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fall forward. Squeeze your block if you have one. Arms to the T and fall forward. All the way up. Now, sitting back to the chair, knees go back, bottom back, pressing up, and then hands to your heart. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we fall forward. Are you still on your toes? Arms to a T, and then all the way up. Sitting back to the chair, squeeze your block, put your bottom way back, and then up and down. 2 more rounds. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, fall forward. Arms to that T. And fall forward again, circling all the way up. Keep your navel in. Keep that zipper going on in the drawstring. And last time. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, fall forward. Arms to the T. And then fall forward all the way up. Sitting back to the chair, bring your hands to your heart, breathe in. Exhale, tummy in. Squeeze your block, squeeze your pillow. If you're not using anything, just keep the knees forward. And 1 more breath. And then come up and down. Were you on your toes the whole time? I was, and I can feel my calves. They're saying yowza. So maybe it would be smart if we stretch them out right now. Let's do that with Warrior One. So coming to the back of the mat, let me adjust this a little bit. Hey everybody. Hi. Okay, back to the end of the mat. Now, Warrior One. We're gonna stretch out our hip flexors. And we're gonna create strength in our mid-back. I love Warrior One. I use it in all my classes. It's very needed for our society right now. We're sitting way too much with the coronavirus pandemic. We just sit. We need to get up and move. So we're going to do that tonight. Already. Virabhadrasana 1. So I want you to step forward with the right foot. And then the back foot, you're just angling out a little bit. Now, navel centered. Maybe that means the front foot widens to the right a little bit. Bend the knee over ankle. The back leg, you're lifting it up. It's not bent. Lift. And then straighten. So just do that a couple times. Make sure that your knee's not going inward. That risk injury. You want to go straight in the middle of the foot. Now, let's bring the arms to it. So straighten the leg. Navel in, tailbone is heavy. So you're going to bring your arms out. You're going to curl your fingers under. This is called Proud Warrior. Now straighten the leg, breath in. As you exhale, bring the elbows to the side, bend into your lunge and squeeze your shoulder blades. Keep your navel in. And inhale, press it away. Press the air away. Exhale, bring the energy towards the mid-back, navel in. And inhale, press that energy away. And exhale in. And inhale out, the leg straightens. Now we're gonna hold this. So knee, center of foot, the back leg is pressing. You're pressing through the pinky side of the back leg and then the big toe. The front knee, inner thigh roll up. So squeeze your shoulder, the shoulder blades and the mid-thoracic, maybe even to the lower, not the thoracic, the trapezius. And breathing in. Exhale, tummy in. Make sure your chin is level, you're not cocking your head up. So think about that hand pushing the head back. And one more breath. Then inhale, raising the arms up. And then exhaling, falling forward over that bent right knee. Now, if you need a block or something, you can have something to hold on to. And then start to straighten that right leg, pulling the right hip back. Let the head hang. So if you don't have a block or anything, you can hold onto your calf or onto your thigh. Pull the navel in, that supports the back. And breathing. Exhale, tummy in. 2 more breaths. So stretching the whole back body. And now bringing those arms to a T, rebending that front knee and pressing yourself up, stepping your leg up and shaking them out. Let's do the other side. Standing at the back of the mat, finding your Tadasana alignment. Pelvis is level. Left foot steps forward. The back foot just angles out a little bit. You're bending the front knee. Look at the alignment, knee over ankle. The back leg, the thigh lifts. Tummy in. So now, let's bring our arms, let's straighten this left leg. Bring your arms out, palms up. Curl the fingers, take a breath. And as you exhale, bring the elbows back and squeeze middle and lower trapezius. Inhale, straighten the leg and push everything away. Exhale, come into it. Inhale, straighten out of it. So we're going in and out of this pose dynamically for a couple times, 2 or 3 times. And then we're going to hold it statically, warming your joints, warming the muscles. Now, once we stay in it, I want you to think about tummy in, ribs in, inner thigh roll up, and the back foot you're pressing through the pinky and the big toe. Don't let the knee go over the toe. Couple more breaths here. Press into those feet. Feel the earth beneath you. Couple more. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Maybe the hands come down, or you can use a block or a pillow, and then start to straighten that left leg by pulling the leg, the hip back, and let your head hang this time. Let it hang. And breathing in. The exhale, pull that navel in. Breathing in. So feel that hamstring, the whole back of that left leg stretch. So nothing should hurt. You're challenging your body. You're not straining anything. You listen to your body, and we honor our bodies. Not everyone's the same, so if you can't do exactly what I'm doing, you can have a chair in front of you and hold on to the chair. Make it your own. And one more breath. Now rebend the left knee. Come arms to a T and press those through the feet and come up and step it up and shake it out. Good job, guys. Okay. Now we're going to do a lateral flexion, a side bending. When we sit so much, your backside weakens. The front of the hips tighten. The intercostals here, because you're slouching, they get tight, and that restricts the breath, the lungs from expanding. So we're going to do a lateral flexion, which is good for helping with a seated posture, sitting too much, because it helps open our hip flexors. Warrior one, the leg in the back, hip flexor open. Willow, side bending, hip flexors open. So separate your feet a little. I'm going to invite you to try it different ways, whatever feels best to you. Feet together, or hip distance, or maybe a little wider. So you have to choose. But what I want to see is not your feet pointing out like duck feet, like you're on skis, straight ahead. If you were on skis this way, you wouldn't be upright very long. You would be bam on the floor. and probably into your hip. So now let's find our stance. Find your Tadasana. Now, as you inhale, let's bring our right arm up, reach, and as you exhale, pretend you're between two panes of glass and you're not tipping forward, you're going straight to the side. And then inhale back up, reach, tummy in, and exhale over. And one more time, inhale up and reach. See if you can reach with the ribs and tummy in and stay. Now look up at the hand. This is contracting that side of your neck, the right side of your neck. Maybe stay there for a couple breaths. Feel the opening in the ribs, keep your tummy in, and then look forward. That's a little less on the neck. Least is down, so you get to pick what feels best to you. Couple more breaths. Open these ribs. Feel the breath stretching. And one more breath. And then flip the palm down and bring your body back up. We'll doing the other side. So now your left arm reaches up. Now say you have shoulder problems and it hurts you, bring your hand to your shoulder. I'm going to do that modification just to give you an option. So inhale, lift, and exhale, bend. So see, we're still getting this without bothering that shoulder. And inhale, come back up. Good. Exhale, tip over. You're in two panes of glass, so you're not coming forward. And then come up. And exhale over. As you inhale, feel the ribs open. As you exhale, tummy comes in. So remember, you're between two panes of glass. If shoulder bothers you, keep your elbow bent. Look up, maybe. Look to middle. And then maybe look down. Feel the good opening. One more breath. And then reach it up and bring that arm down. Let's roll both shoulders back. So bring your shoulders up, back, down, and forward. Big shoulder circles, getting the fluid to flow in those joints, the synovial fluid. When we circle this type of a joint, which is a ball and socket, fluids start to flow. Think of motion as lotion. That's why we need to get up and move. Go the other way with your circling. Good job, guys. Now we're going to do a warrior. Warrior 2. Widen your feet. As wide as feels comfortable to you. I want you to take, I'm going to start with my right leg, which will be your left, but let's all do our right. So I'm going to cue right leg. So you're going to lift up your right toes and rotate your foot so it's 90 degrees. Here comes my kitty, Chloe. Please be good, mama. And then bend into your lunge. She's giving me a kiss on my foot. And then straighten it. So a couple times, bending in the back foot, you just got it angled a little. In and out. Watch the knee. It's going right into the center of the toe. Now, leave the knee bent. Bring your arms up to a T. Keep the shoulders down. Look over the middle finger of the front arm. Inhale and exhale, tummy in. So the back leg you're lifting, the front knee you're rotating your thighs up, and I'm getting a kiss on my back foot. So Chloe has bathed my front foot and my back foot. Now she's on her belly in front of us. So please be a good girl, Chloe. Inhale, reach those arms. Exhale, pull the tummy in and press through the pinky side of the back foot. Pinky side and big toe, that lifts that arch up. So the front knee, don't let it flail in. Imagine you've got a wall on the side and you're pushing into it. Now, inhale, flip the front palm up, reach up, let the back hand slip down your leg. Reverse warrior. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch more in the frontal part of our chest, of our ribs. Couple more breaths here. And then take that top arm, forearm down, palm up. The back arm, you're reaching it up and over. Twist your rib cage up and breathe. See which feels better to your shoulder, palm down or palm up on that top arm. And then pick which one is better for you. In yoga therapy, we modify the postures, the asanas, to meet our body. Sometimes in my classes, 2 or 3 people are doing different stuff, but they're honoring their body and they're still getting the benefit. It's just a little bit different. The next inhale, come back up to your warrior 2, and then drop your arms, straighten that leg and parallel your feet. Let's do the other side. So now, you lift up the left foot, the toes, and pivot on that heel. The back foot just kicks back a little. I want you to bend your left knee. Think about the right upper thigh lifting back, and then straighten the front leg. So bending, watch the knee, it's not coming in. It's in the center of the foot. So do that a couple times just to warm up the joint. Once you get it, let's bring our arms up. Now if you have shoulder tightness, rotate your palms up. The inner thigh rolls up. The back foot, press through the pinky and the big toe mound. And breathe. Bring your hands together, tap your little fingers, and then bring your arms straight out. Lots of times I'll see the back arm is down. Make sure they're straight across. Breathing in. Exhale, tummy in. Couple more breaths. Now reach that top arm up, let the back hand slip down your thigh. Keep your navel in, don't let the back arch. 2 more breaths. Now taking that left arm, bringing the forearm down to the thigh, maybe bringing the right arm forward by your ear and then rotating the whole rib cage up. Parsva Konasana, extended side angle. 3 more breaths. Really good stretch for our side body and a good strengthener for our legs. One more breath. And then come up back to warrior 2. Straighten the legs, drop the arms, parallel the feet. And let's shake our legs out. Good job, guys. Roll your shoulders too. Let's take our right arm, shoulder height. Let's bring it across our body. So what I see a lot is the shoulder up by the ear. So make sure the shoulder's down first, then bring it across, hold above the elbow and gently pull. Open up that back of the shoulder, posterior cuff. Breathe. Are we still breathing into the chest? Let's try that. Breathe into the chest first, and then soften. So when we breathe into the chest first, it's help correcting our posture. And then bring that arm down. Let's bring the other arm up, shoulder height, the shoulders down. You bring it across your body and gently pull. So that's getting the back of the rotator cuffs and the deltoid, getting in the biceps a nice stretch. And after this, we're going to do a balance pose. Karate Kid. Not too long ago, I did a workshop, I guess we could call it. Roll your shoulders out on balance. I teach balance class at Torrance Memorial. So I'm always trying to better myself and give my students, different things to do. And it was a kinesiologist I was working with. And usually we'll say if your balance is off, tap a wall. In this case, you could have a chair beside of you. But this one kinesiologist says that you can really get your balance, I can't think of the word right now, challenge. You can really challenge your balance by using a stick. So what this is a broom. I unscrewed it. So I've got me a stick. So what I'd like you to do is try Karate Kid. First try it without anything. You can have, if you already know your balance is off, have a chair beside you, have a stick or a wall. So I want you to bring your awareness to your right foot, spread the toes. Gently shift just a little bit to the right. Pull your navel in and zip it up. Now imagine your hip points are drawing towards one another. Good. Your arms are going to come out to shoulder height. You're going to come onto the left toe. You're going to stare at something. You're going to hold your core in and start to squeeze this right leg, and then maybe bringing the left thigh up. And this is Karate Kid. Breathe. You can use a stick. You can use a chair. You can tap the wall. Let me get a stick. So if you're using something like this stick, it helps us engage our core. So this is what I'm doing here. And it helps you create that balance that we so need. And it helps us contract our core better. One more breath. And then bring that down. Shake your legs out. We're going to go to the other side. Spread the right foot, the toes, so are wide. That creates a wider base of support. Shift to the left just a little. Draw your navel in, zip it up. Have your hip points cinched together like a drawstring. And then bring your arms out. You can hold on to something if you want. Come on to left tippy toe. So start to think, this left leg is your support leg. You want to squeeze it to the bone, all the muscles, and then lift it up. And breathe. This is my surgical leg, so it's challenged right now, but I'm not hurting, I'm not straining it. I can lift up the stick if I want to practice my balance. If I need to, I use the stick. 3 more breaths, Karate Kid. So this is so good for us now. As we get older, balance goes. If this is super easy, close your eyes and see what happens. Not so easy anymore, is it? And now take your foot down, shake your legs out. So this is a good option for you guys. All right, let's come to the mat, my loves. Lay down on the mat, on your back. Take a break. Chloe. Take a break. Trying to get my camera adjusted, just so. So the rest of the class will be on the mat. So you can have a blanket under your head if you'd like, or not. I prefer not, but that's up to you. Notice how you're feeling. Have your palms face up. Allowing your shoulders to open. How did that feel in your body, getting up and moving? Things become stagnant if we don't move. I'm so happy you joined me. Thank you for joining me. And for those of you that have donated to my cause, I appreciate it so much. These classes are basically up to you if you'd like to donate to my cause. I'm not asking for a donation, but I'm not rejecting one either. So I have a PayPal account created, and I also have Zelle. So all you'd have to do is put my name in, Lori Denning. And like I say, no pressure. It's all good. We're all in this together, and believe me, we are all suffering financially from this, and it will be over. Got to keep that faith. It will be over. But until it is, we're going to work here on our mats. So just the breath in itself. I want you to breathe into your navel right now. Breathing in, belly rising up, pausing, and then slowly exhaling, breath comes out, belly softens. Breathing into that diaphragm. When we breathe into the diaphragm in the belly, It initiates the relaxation response in our nervous system. And that's so needed right now. So we did a lot of movement to get the stress out of us, to metabolize that stuff. But now we want to get our nervous system to quiet down again. And the longer that you exhale, the more stress, the more toxins that you're relieving your body of. So you want to inhale and fill up, but that exhale, make it super long and let go of tension in your shoulders and in your back and in your legs. Let it go. Inhale gratitude. What are you grateful for? And exhale anxiety, stress, whatever is not serving you anymore. Let it out. Use your breath. Your breath will always be with you. Use your breath to calm yourself down. Now we're going to move on to core work. So if you'd like to roll onto your side and watch me, I want to explain. I've been reading a lot, being home so much, and there's one yoga instructor that I really enjoy. His name is Doug Keller. And he was I don't know, for many years, 10 years or so, he studied under masters in India. And I was reading this one article about core engagement. And the way that he does it is you draw your navel in and you pretend you're zipping it up. And that gets your rectus to contract, the big core muscles. And then he says your hip bones, you think about drawing them towards one another, like you have a drawstring and you're tightening it. Drawstring pants and you're tightening it. Now, I'm going to lay down with you guys. Let's practice that. And then we'll move on to the rest of class. So breathe into the belly. And as you exhale, pull your navel in and zip it up. And then as you inhale, unzip her. And as you exhale, tummy in and zip it up. And one more time. Tummy in, zip it up. And inhale, let it go. Now put your hands on your frontal hip bones. Take a breath. And as you exhale, imagine they're coming towards each other. That's getting into your obliques. And again, on the exhale, draw those frontal hip bones towards one another. And then let that go. Now the other one that I like to teach is squeezing the orange. So breath into the navel. And as you exhale, pull your belly and press your back flat and imagine you've got an orange squeezing under the navel. That gets into your pelvic floor and your transverse abdominis. So we're getting the whole core to fire right now. The exhale, tummy in, back flat, squeeze that orange. And inhale, let that go. And last time, exhale, tummy in, squeeze, and let go. Now, excuse me, let's pull our navel in, zip it up, frontal hip bones towards one another and squeeze the orange. Now your core is engaged. Your back should be flat. Now hold all this engagement, bring your right thigh up and then your left thigh up. So we're going to march, keeping everything tight in the back flat. Breath in. As you exhale, let your right heel tap. As you inhale, bring it up. Left side. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Keep going. Now, if this is easy for you, you can start to bringing your heel down a little further in front of you. But you got to be able to keep everything engaged. Keep going. So the inhale, bring the heel down. The exhale, bring it back up and tighten everything. Nice and slow, don't speed it up. Now, if your neck is tightening up or your shoulders, that means you're not engaging your core enough. So really zip it up. Draw the drawstring and squeeze that orange. One more on each side and we'll take a break. And then bring each foot to the floor. Good job, guys. I want you to widen your feet to the edges of the mat. Bring your arms out to a T. Take a breath. As you exhale, have both knees go to the right and look left. Exhale, tummy in and bring those knees to center. As you inhale, have both knees going to the left and look right. Tummy in as you bring those knees together. A couple more windshield wipering. So it kind of releases the hip flexors and gives the lower back a little bit of a twist. One more time on each side. Inhale over to the side and exhale, tummy in and use your core to bring your legs up and to the left and back up. Okay, let's roll to our side. Use the top hand to press yourself up. Let's come on to hands and knees. We're going to do plank. So I have arthritis in this left thumb. So for me right now, putting my weight on my hands is painful. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to either use my fists, or I like to use these little egg blocks. They kind of help with wrist stuff. So think about that. I know a lot of you probably don't have eggs, but another option, I was watching a tutorial yesterday, is to use a blanket and have the heels of the hand on the blanket and have the fingers off. That kind of diverts the pressure from the wrist. So, you know, you just got to do what you got to do here. So let's do cat and cow first. So let's have our arms just a little bit, the wrists a little bit forward from your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Have the index pointing straight ahead. Press into the knuckles, under the padding of the knuckles. Knees are right under your hips. See if you can get the tops of your feet on the floor. Now, you're going to inhale, gently pull back on the hands, gently look forward a little bit. And then exhale, I want you to pull your tummy in and come down to child's pose. So we're doing a little bit different. Inhale, you come up, Chakravakasana. And exhale, come down. Couple more. Inhale, come up, arching the back. And then exhale, coming down to your heels. And one more time. Now coming up. Now I think I'm going to do it on my fists, and you're welcome to your hands. I'm not going to use blocks because nobody has those blocks, and I'm not going to use them. So now what do we want to do? If you're using your hands, spread your fingers, rotate the upper arms back, and make sure your index finger isn't pointing in, it's pointing straight away, straight forward. Rotate the upper arms back. Let's bring our right foot back. I want you to curl the toe under. Look at my leg. It's not down, so I'm lifting up. I'm pulling my navel into spine. And now I'm bringing my right foot back. And I'm drawing my elbows towards one another. Breathing. Draw your elbows towards one another. Pull your navel in. Squeeze those hip bones towards one another. And breathe. So don't let your body dip, bring it up. Press through the heels. Remember, we were on our tippy toes a lot. Let's stretch our calves out. Let's stay here 3 more breaths. Now, if you need to come down, you come down. You challenge, you don't strain anything. One more breath. And then come down onto your knees. Come back to your child's pose. Take a breath. Bring your hands to your feet. Let the back round, the upper back. Breathe into the mid-back. Ladies, your bra strap. Widen it like there's an accordion opening. And then as you exhale, try to soften your sides of under your arms, your lats down. So the inhale, widening, the exhale, softening and draping. And now let's come onto our backs. We're going to do bridge pose. So I want you to situate yourself so that you can raise your arms up over your head and not hit anything. Feet are comfortably near your bottom. Hip width. You can use a block if you'd like. I like the block because it gets your adductors to fire and it keeps your pelvis aligned with your knees. So now, breath into the navel. The exhale, tummy in, back flat. Lift up. Let's bring our right arm up over our head. Lift your hips and look left. And then as you exhale, bring the arm down and the hips down. See if you can get your hand and your hips to meet the mat at the same time. So now inhale, hips up and left arm comes up, look right. Exhale, coordinate the movement with the breath. The hips and the hands touch down at the same time. And one more time, right hand comes up, you're looking left. And then exhale, bring everything down. And again, left arm up and looking right and coming down to center. Lifting both arms up, lifting the hips. Exhale down. Now leaving the hands down, I want you to bend your elbows, bringing them close to your sides. Press into the backs of the arms. Pull your navel in, lift your hips up. Pull your knees forward and lift your heart towards you. Tuck the chin, hold the belly in and squeeze that block. Each exhalation, tummy and tailbone towards the feet. Press into those feet evenly. Maybe lift up a little higher. Maybe scoot your elbows in more to lift your chest. Chin is tucked. Nothing's under the head here. Opening the front body, strengthening the back body. One more breath. Unwinding the core too. Scoot your arms away, take a breath. And as you lift your heels and come down slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Massaging your paraspinals, giving the vertebra a nice massage. Keep your belly drawn in. Try to get into your low back. And then finally the hips come down, the heels come down. And you can take your block out. Good job, guys. Just take a break, take a breath. Alrighty, did your heart rate come up? Now bring your right thigh in. Flex your foot, bring your left thigh in. Now straighten up your right leg and straighten up your left leg. You can hold behind your thighs if you want. You can have your hands down. You can have your arms to a T, whatever feels good. So we're doing a very mild inversion here. This allows the fluids to come from the feet back to the heart for circulation. So now we're going to point and flex our feet. Notice your calves are pumping now. They're the second pump of the body, the heart and the calves here. So the soleus muscle is doing the work. It's squeezing all the fluids and the blood from the bottom of the feet all the way back to the heart for recirculation. Now circle those ankles. So this is like legs up the wall, Viparita Karini. We just don't have a wall. We're using it in a dynamic way. Now bend one knee and straighten it, bend the other knee and straighten it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So link it with your breath. Close your eyes. Let your palms be face up. Now leaving the legs here, flexing the feet, opening to a V. And then tummy in, and imagine your core is squeezed, or the hip bones are coming towards one another as you bring your feet together. Inhale, opening. Exhale, tummy in, and those hip points, the drawstring is coming to center. 5 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, shh. Make that sound. Inhale, open. Exhale, shh. Inhale, open. Exhale, shh. 2 more to go. Shh. Last time. And shh. Hang out for a couple more breaths. And then bending the right knee, bending the left knee, bringing the right foot to the mat, and then the left knee to the mat. Good job, guys. Let's come onto our stomachs to prone, and we'll do Sphinx pose a couple times. Alrighty, forehead on the mat. I'd like you to bring your palms, have your feet on the mat. If you'd like, you can widen your feet, have your toes in and your heels out. So what I'd like you to do now is bring your hands to the lower ribs. Look at my elbows, they're wide. I want them pinned into your sides. Pull the elbows towards your feet. So elbows in and down, tummy in, lifting tummy towards your spine. So without pushing into the hands a lot, I want you to think about lifting your chest and your head up. Very light pressure, look down, and then exhale, come down. So the inhale up, and the exhale down. Maybe lift the hands, use your back, and down. Inhale up, look at my hands are off the floor. And down. If it doesn't feel good to you, keep them on the floor. And down. So we're doing dynamic. And down. This time we're going to hold. Maybe we're going to hold with the arms, hands up. Tummy in. And breathe. Look down. Navel in. Press your hips into the mat. 1 more breath, and then come down. Good job. Bring your hands down, go to one side of your face, feel your heart. If yours is like mine, it's pumping pretty good right now. So I'd like you to roll onto your right side. Put something under the head, maybe an arm, maybe a blanket. The top leg, I want you to bend the knee and maybe grasp the ankle or the pant or put a strap around your ankle. We want to stretch the front of our thigh. Pull your navel in a lot. Flex the foot and kick into the hand. So we're contracting this muscle and then release it. So kick. So look at my knee. It's not up here. It's down, level with my hip. Now we're breathing in. And as you exhale, bring your heel towards your bottom and maybe back a little bit. So you're stretching all of this. Just 1 more breath. And let's do the other side. So press yourself up and flip it on over onto the left hip. Laying down something under your head. So you never want your head like this. Super bad for your neck. You don't want it up too high. You want it just so that's an extension of your neck. So straighten the top leg. Hold your navel in, the bottom leg is bent, kick your heel towards your bottom. Don't let the knee rise. Pull the navel in. Flex the foot and kick into that hand. Tighten up the quad. Let it go. Again, kick and let go. Now we're going to stretch it. Breath in. As you exhale, bring your heel towards the bottom and your foot is flexed and it's pushing towards the wall or the curtain. I have a curtain behind me, so it's coming back. Feel the opening in the front of the top hip. So this is good because we sit too much. Getting your hip flexors and your quadriceps to give them a little bit of opening. One more breath. And then let that go. Use your top hand. Hold your navel in. Press yourself up. So what I'd like to do now is, if you have a pillow or a blanket, I'm going to have you sit on it. I'm going to have it open up your legs comfortably to a wide angle. I'm going to do a little forward fold. So I'm going to come sideways so you can see my back. So you want your pelvis gently to tip forward. So you're just on the edge of that blanket, keeping the lower back arched. Flex your feet. So I want you to twist a little bit and look at the right foot. Bring your hands to the back, interlace, pull the shoulders back, inhale, and as you exhale, bring your heart towards the right foot. Think about the right thigh turning down and the foot is flexed. And breathe. So it's not a collapse. It's a pulling back and a hinging at the hip and reaching the heart towards that toe. One more breath. Inhale back to center. Turn to towards the other foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hinging from the hip. Reach your arms back and bring your heart towards the right toe or whatever toe you didn't do. And breathe. One more breath. Inhale to center. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, remember you're hinging from the hips. You're not bending from the waist. Breath in and hinging from the hips, come forward. Flex your feet and breathe. Super good stretch on the adductors and on your hamstrings, but keeping your back in extension. One more breath here. And then inhale, bring it back up. Help your legs together. Come off of your little blanket or whatever you had. We're going to do a twist and then we'll be done. Lay back. We'll do a gentle twist. So what I'd like you to do now is bring your left thigh in. Cross it over like you're sitting in a chair. Have your arms in a T. Take a breath. As you exhale, keeping the left shoulder down, bring your knees towards the right. And then bring them back up. Bring them over as you inhale. And exhale, bring it up. So go in and out a couple times. Third time will stay. So knees go right. Looking left, left shoulders down. Feel the whole stretch on the whole left side of the body. Maybe you'll get an adjustment here in your spine. That's always a nice little gift. Deep breath. Wherever you're feeling tight, yoga says to put your mind there and to breathe into that. And then as you exhale slow and long, let that body go. Let it go. Breathing in. And softening. 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, navel in and bring yourself back up to center. Uncross your legs. Now you're bringing your right cross over to the left. Breathing in. The exhale, knees go left. Right shoulder stays down. and then come back up. The inhale, we go over. The exhale, we come up. Third time's the charm. We stay going to the left. The right shoulder stays down. And you breathe wherever you're feeling tight. It might not be in your side. For me, it's in my right shoulder. So breathe into it. And then exhale, soften it. 3 more breaths. So twists are super good for digestion. They're good for calming nervous system. And they put a little bit of a twist in your lower back. So only go to where it shouldn't hurt. Nothing should hurt. You should always be able to breathe with a nice, steady, slow, smooth breath. And 1 more breath. The next exhale, tummy in and bring your knees back up. Uncross. I want you to straighten your legs. Flex your feet and bring your hands to your side. Let's bring our arms up over our head towards the floor. Reach. Keep your hands on the floor. Flex your feet. I want you to reach with your hands and press through the heels. Stretch. Feel the stretch under the armpits. Feel the stretch in the whole spine. Nice axial extension. Try not to let the top ribs flare up. So keep your core slightly engaged. And then bring your arms up as you inhale halfway and down as you exhale. So let's do that. Inhale halfway. Exhale, the arms come over your head. You leave them there. Let's stay here 3 breaths. Reach as you inhale. The exhale, pull that navel in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull that navel in. And 1 more time. Now the inhale, you're bringing your arms up so that the fingers are pointing towards the ceiling. And then the exhale brings your hands down. Bend your knees, bring both feet to the floor. Let's just turn our head to the right a couple times and to the left, so unwind your neck. Do it slow, don't speed it up. And now we're ready for Shavasana, resting pose. So get into the position that you'd like to be in. You can have a pillow under your knees, you can have a slight elevation of your head. Palms face up, please. Or you can have your legs up a chair. That's nice too. So whatever position you're in, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to turn my lights off and put some candles on. So as you're lying there, I want you to connect with your belly breathing. As you inhale, breathe into your navel. As you exhale, soften and let the lower back relax. It's not working. Keep breathing. Feel your head get heavy onto the mat. Feel the shoulders get heavy onto the mat. Feel the back soften as you exhale. Breathing in deeply, breathing out long and slow. On the inhalation, the belly rises up. And on the exhalation, the belly softens down. Feel with each exhalation your whole body releasing. Let tension go from the jaw. Let the teeth have a little space in the back molars. Let the jaw relax. Let the eyeballs sink into the sockets of your head. Let the shoulders get heavy and let them sink down. With each exhale, let go of a little bit more tension in your body and your mind. Focus on your breath. Keep the mind on the breath and the sensation of breathing. Feel your whole body breathing itself right now. Each time you inhale, fill that belly with breath. Feel it expand. And as you exhale, feel the belly soften, but also feel the whole body sinking and heavy. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath and start counting your breath. Give your mind something to do. So as you inhale, count it. Now as you exhale, make the count longer and relax even more. The longer you make your exhale, the more relaxed you're going to be. Let everything go. Inhale, things that you're grateful for, things that make you happy. And exhale, things you don't need anymore in your life. Let it go, surrender it. And now starting to deepen your breath. I want you to bring movement into your hands and your feet by pointing and flexing them. Circling wrists, circling ankles in one direction. And then reversing that direction. I want you to squish your toes together, squish your hands together, then open your fingers, spread them wide, spread your toes, and scrunch and open a few times. And then holding your navel in, I want you to roll to one side and stay in fetal for a couple breaths. And when you're ready, you use your top arm in front of your chest to press yourself up. That's safe for your spine to get up like that. And then join me seated. How was that, guys? Did it feel good to get up and move? It felt good to me. And Prime of Life is just a beautiful practice. It's gentle, but it's very effective. So anyway, let's bring our hands to our heart in Namaste Mudra. And bow to ourselves. I bow to you, you bow to me. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like you to repeat after me. Peace to my body and peace to my mind and peace to my soul. Peace to everyone's body. Peace to everyone's mind. And peace to everyone's soul. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste means the divine in me bows and honors the divine in you. So namaste, yogis. See you soon. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining me. Good night.